Sanghaya, Namo Buddha Dharma Sangha. You are a Redeemer, you are the truth, you are our Master. The bearer of light, Namo Buddhaya, Namo Dharmaya, Namo Sanghaya, Namo Buddha Dharma Sangha.
Venerable Miao. What does Venerable Miao mean?
My name is Venerable Miao, and the word Miao comes from Chinese, which means wonderful light. It's a name that has been given to my master, hoping that I will have a personal character and a nature that is bright and full of light.
And you feel that it was so?
Well, I actually feel that I see it as more of a goal of someone that I want to become after I become renounced. And yes, I do feel that I'm becoming closer and closer to it.
So was Buddhism for you a choice or a birthright?
Buddhism was, I would say it started with my mother taking me to the temple every day. But she didn't make me go, she asked if I wanted to go. Therefore, I found interest in what my mother offered to me, and then attained deeper interest and knowledge in it.
How early on did you find out you had a, do you call it vocation?
As a vocation? Yes. Well, I spent most of my teenage years around a group of venerables like me. And I think I started to want to be like them at the age of 14 or 15.
How different is your life as a venerable compared to the regular Buddhist youth?
Well, the word to renounce means to depart from your family. Therefore, I stepped from one private family into a much bigger family. And this much bigger family is spread all around the world. Therefore, the meaning of becoming renounced has made my horizons so much more broader, and my choices bigger, and my world so much bigger.
I see. Do you see Buddhism as more of a way of life than as a religion?
I would see it as a bit of both. First of all, as a religion, we attend certain practices and services every day to make sure that our heart connects with this religion, especially the Buddha and his teachings. But of course, the teachings of the Buddha also contain doctrines that teach us how to live our life. Therefore, in that sense, it becomes a way of life. So for example, we learn from the Buddha's teachings to learn to let go of our worries and troubles, or we learn to think more on the bright side, or we learn to gain a better insight of everything that happens. Therefore, we'll have a bigger heart and become more understanding towards all the conditions that we come across.
You told me earlier, during the pre-interview, that you're more than 30. You're past 30.
Yes, I am.
And you hardly look a day over 15. Is that truthfulness coming from within due to the food you take, or due to the serenity or peace of heart that your way of living has given you?
You've got them all. First of all, becoming a reverend or a venerable means you live a simple life. And I think by living a simple life, you do become younger at heart. And then there's also the help of vegetarian food. Vegetarian food is lighter and healthier for the body, so it helps us maintain the skin without having to apply SK2 or other lotions like that.
So you are quite into the world, knowing that as well.
Yes, we do remain connected to the world because after all, we become renounced so that we want to help and serve this world and society. Therefore, it is important that we keep up with the steps of time.
Yes. And how is this service translated into the temple? I mean, what kind of lectures do you give? What kind of gifts do you spread?
Well, first of all, regarding the beliefs, we follow the Buddhist teachings. So there are the basic principles of what we call dependent origination, cause and effect, karma, and the Four Noble Truths. And these concepts, when convert into the kind of teachings we hope to adapt to the lives of our devotees. And then we spread ideas of respecting other people, being more tolerant of those who are different from us, and keep our eyes open to those who may need help, and always pay more attention to our surroundings.
And that is a very universal belief.
Yes,
It's
true.
not limited to the Buddhist religion, I believe.
You're very right. Yeah. When the Buddha became enlightened to the truth, he also said that this truth is not exclusive to Buddhism as a religion. Rather, it's what we call, like what you said, it's a universal truth. Therefore, it applies to you, it applies to me. It applied in the past, it applies in the present, and then it will also apply in the future. For that reason, it is universal.
Yes, but there is one Buddhist belief that I'm very interested in. The thing about Dharma and Karma, are they one and the same?
Dharma means the teachings of the Buddha. Therefore, it embodies karma, the Four Noble Truths, and everything.
And do you live life over and over? Do I get reborn as something as, for instance, Venerable, if I live my life the best way I can, trying not to harm anyone, do I get to a better state after life, or do I have to be reborn again?
Well, basically, the idea of rebirth means that you are carried into your next life by the karma which you have created. And karma means the result of your actions. Therefore, if you do good, good will arise. If you do bad, bad will arise. And then this will determine where you actually travel in the cycle of birth and death, as called by Buddhism, which represent 6 different kinds of lives that you can become born in. For example, the life of a heavenly being. It's like what the Christians and Catholics call paradise. And then there's the realm of human beings, which is the world that we're living right now. And then there's also the world of what we call asuras, which are the warrior gods. They're heavenly beings, but they have a high tendency to fight. They like to fight all the time. Okay? And these are the 3 better rooms. And then we also have the realm of animals, like the dogs and the cats and the horses that you see. And also the realm of hungry ghosts. And then also the realm of hell. So these are the 6 kinds of beings that you can possibly become reborn within the cycle.
The hungry ghosts, are they spiritual beings?
They are spiritual beings.
And how do they work out their karma and get reborn into a different realm?
Well, in that case, what we say when we talk about karma, it means you have to bear the consequences of your karma. So one way to do it is for you to finish bearing all the karmas that you have created. That's one way. And the second way is for us to help them out. Say, for example, the Buddhists chant to them. The Buddhists speak of the Dharma to them to help them, for example, repent what they have done. So if they have the wisdom enough to realize the need to do so, sometimes by chanting to the Buddhas in Buddhism, and also by repenting, it will help them rid themselves of this bad karma earlier.
And do you believe in the idea of soulmates?
Soulmates? I believe so. I have a soulmate, and he's the Buddha.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, when we talk about...
But you're venerable. What about the others?
Well, soulmates does not necessarily mean like a partner or life partner, am I right?
Yes.
Therefore, soulmate to me means someone whose ideas and thoughts connects with me. So for example, if we think about the same thing, if we believe in the same thing, then I believe we have connected spiritually. Therefore, in one way, we are also soulmates.
And I noticed that your garden here gives me a sense of peace.
Yes.
Total peace. Is this work on in some logical order? Do you choose the plants that you put here, like the lotus? And for what reason?